I stood on the stairs, watching my alpha mate Ethan and his lover Cassie making love in the living room. Let's be quick. Celine usually wakes up after an hour of rest. Ethan's deep voice mingled with the soft rustling sounds. Cassie's voice carried a contemptuous laugh. What does it matter if she wakes up? She's blind and can't see anything. Let's continue. Ethan's voice held hesitation. Don't say that. Celine might hear you. Cassie chuckled. She can't see, and even her wolf has gone dormant. She's even less than an omega now. As long as we don't make noise, she won't notice even if she's right here. What are you afraid of? Ethan remained silent for a moment, finally sighing. Fine, but don't go too far. What they didn't know was that my eyes could see perfectly now, and my wolf was slowly awakening. But I continued to pretend I was blind, deliberately making noise on the stairs. Ethan jumped in shock, quickly getting up from on top of Cassie. He rushed to my side and wrapped his arm around my shoulders. Celine, are you all right? Why did you suddenly come downstairs? I shook my head. It's nothing. I was just thirsty. Ethan sighed in relief, gently patting my back as he guided me to sit down on the living room couch. I could see Ethan walking toward the kitchen island to pour water, while gesturing for Cassie to leave. Cassie mouthed, clearly dissatisfied. What are you afraid of? Isn't this more exciting? Ethan didn't respond, only warning her to leave with his eyes. But she didn't move, instead deliberately brushing her leg against Ethan's. Ethan didn't reject her, allowing her to rub against him until she became more brazen. Only then did he grab her thigh to stop her teasing. But Cassie didn't give up. She hugged Ethan from behind, nuzzling him like a cat. Ethan instinctively glanced at me, confirming I couldn't see anything. Suddenly emboldened, he turned around and pinned Cassie against the nearby table. Gripping her neck as he kissed her, he released her quickly, though his cold eyes warning her to behave. Surprisingly, Cassie showed no fear and wrapped herself around him again. Ethan couldn't resist anymore. He looked at me and said, "Little wolf, I have to step out for a bit. I'll be back soon." Then he led Cassie out to the yard. I stood up and quietly walked to the door, opening it just a crack. Ethan was embracing Cassie, kissing her eagerly, whispering reassurances as his movements grew increasingly passionate. Cassie suddenly giggled sweetly. "Ethan, I'm pregnant." Ethan froze momentarily before his face lit up with delight. "Really? You're pregnant?" Cassie nodded, her smile growing brighter. "Yes, and the baby is healthy." Ethan excitedly hugged her. "That's wonderful. I'll protect both of you." He withdrew one hand, intending to touch her stomach. Cassie straightened up from where she was nestled in his arms, avoiding his touch while softly saying, "My baby and I can only live in the shadows. It doesn't matter anyway. We're not important to you. Aren't you supposed to be taking care of that blind wolf?" Ethan was silent for a moment before saying quietly, "She's my mate, but you and the child are important to me too. Don't worry. I'll find a way to convince Celine to adopt our baby. I'll give our child a proper identity so they can rightfully inherit my alpha position." Cassie smiled, satisfied. A smile so bright it was painful to see. I closed the door and leaned against the wall, my heart turning to ice. "Ethan, you've got it all figured out, haven't you? Making me a mother to your illegitimate child." After Cassie left, I returned to the couch and asked directly, "Who were you talking to?" I heard a woman's voice. Ethan immediately became flustered. He walked up to me and gently wrapped his arms around me. "Celine, I was just making a phone call outside about finding you a more professional caretaker. Did I disturb you?" I shook my head. "No." He buried his face in the crook of my neck and said tenderly, "That's good. My love, I truly adore you." By evening, Ethan was in an exceptionally good mood. He personally cooked a table full of food. He even half knelt in front of me, massaging my shoulders and arms. For a moment, watching his gentle, cautious demeanor, I almost doubted whether what I'd witnessed that morning had been a dream. But as soon as he spoke, reality came crashing back. "Celine, in your condition, you can't have pups. What if we adopt one?" he tentatively asked me. But seeing my face gradually grow cold, he anxiously embraced me. "Celine, did I touch on something painful? Don't scare me like that. If it bothers you, I won't mention it again. I'll bring it up when you're feeling better." He was only postponing the discussion. In his mind, adoption was already a certainty. The next day, Ethan left early in the morning that I made a phone call to my childhood friend Eric, the alpha of the Shadow Pack. He had always admired my healing abilities and wanted me to become the Shadow Pack's chief healer. "Darling, when do you think you can come to the Shadow Pack?" he asked. My voice was firm. "In 7 days." Just as I was about to hang up, Ethan's voice came from behind me. "Celine, who are you calling?"